Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the first video in this series on my new project truck. What you're looking at here is a 1990 Chevrolet 2500. She's led a hard life. She is a work truck. You can tell by the back here, it's got the traditional Chevy I don't work tailgate latch. Bed is pretty beat up pretty much everywhere. Somebody did at one time try to do looks like a home spray-in bed liner job that completely failed. Let's see, what else does she got here? She's got the tow package on the rear. Might be hard to see, but she does have the tow package. She also has the 14-bolt semi-float rear end with drum brakes. So that was always good. Come around here to the side. She's not too bad on the side. She looks good still. It is a 5.7 liter V8 with the 3-speed automatic, and yes, you heard that correct, 3-speed automatic. By this time, most of the trucks were 4-speed, and even previous to this, many of them had the 700R4, but this has the 3L80 in it. So this is a 3-speed automatic. It is a work truck. You can tell by the front grille on it. It's got the single headlight front grille. Hadn't even been converted over to the more modern style for the OBS trucks. So she was a work truck. Is in fairly decent shape. It's got 224,000 miles on it, I believe. I was told the engine has been rebuilt, but anytime you buy a vehicle with this mileage on it, the previous owner is always going to tell you the engine was rebuilt at some point in time. So you always take that with a grain of salt. And when we get over here, we'll start to see some of the issues that are a little bit more major with the truck. You can see here that at one point she had a bit of a fender bender with someone. And what they had done here is, I can feel them still, they had drilled screws in and tried to pull the dent out and did a very poor job of it. And from that point on, they just slathered on the Bondo and painted over it. Same thing happened here over the rear wheels, only much worse. There wasn't a lot of effort made to repair this correctly in any way, shape, or form. The Bondo here gets very, very thick. 1/4 inch, probably more in some places. I have peeled giant chunks of it off to keep the water from getting behind it in hopes of preventing any rust. There really isn't any rust on the truck anywhere. Bed underneath, anything. It's in excellent shape. I was thinking I may attempt this repair myself, or I may try to get a new bed for it. There are a lot of rust-free beds down here in the south, especially in Georgia. They're not the cheapest beds to find, especially for an OBS truck, but I will see what I can do. And in regards to getting a new bed, rather than spending a lot of time on body work, which I am unfamiliar with, I do not do body work, so a little concerned about that. But I'll give you a tour of the inside. Oh, hold on a second. Let me show you some of the Bondo we took off here. Look how thick some of this is. All just giant sheets of Bondo that I took off that side. Well, we will get that repaired. Let's take a look inside. She's not bad shape. It does suffer from a severe case of Chevy door. Got some new hinge pins on the way, so we'll get those replaced. But overall, she's in pretty good shape for being this old. Headliner sags a little bit. But when you come inside here, let's have some flashbacks to the old days. Look at that radio. Spectacular. Scroll down here, we've got a little bit more of the heater controls. It does have AC. You can see the little AC button below it. It does not work, as you can imagine. That is the stock radio. Someone at one point in time has put in an adapter plate for a modern stereo system, I guess you could say. However, this also does not work. Shouldn't be surprised by that. Up here on the dash, you get a good look at the old swept style gauges that sweep over. You can also notice that it does have the 3-speed designation, so this was not swapped at any time from a 4-speed to a 3-speed. This has always been a 3-speed. It's a pretty decent truck. I've driven it 50-60 miles since I bought it, and I've had no issues with it. It is really bad on gas on the freeway. due to the 3-speed nature of it. Let's see if we can get it to start up here. Starts right up every time. Never fails to start. It also suffers from the OBS Chevy really bad armrests that tend to fall off every one of them and are ridiculously expensive at about $200 some a pair from my research, so I'm pretty upset about that. Let's see if we can get a look inside here. There she is. Little 350 Chevy, reliable as can be. Runs excellent. Haven't had any issues with it. Transmission shifts excellent. Does not overheat even in this Georgia weather, so that has been very welcome. Tires are old but have excellent tread, so I think I'll keep those for a while. I do have quite a few plans for this truck. I'm not a big YouTuber. This is my first video. I watch YouTube videos pretty much constantly on people working on their trucks, and the trend lately has just been so many YouTubers that have more money than sense, and they do things like drop Hellcat engines into things and supercharge, turbocharge, twin turbo, and lower and section, and do all these things to vehicles that I think most normal guys at home like me just would never be able to do. And so my video series on this truck is just going to be some basic stuff to make an old truck more reliable, make it look better, make it function better, that's affordable. And I do this on a budget. You know, I have to save up my money to do this thing. I don't have unlimited funds. And I hope this video series resonates with people who have a project in the garage that they hope to get to at some point, but they're on a budget too, and they have to do it piece by piece. And sometimes setting little goals, like little things here and there, can make you feel really good about a project and can keep you motivated. If you set these huge goals, like I'm going to do this colossal engine and transmission swap and throw on twin turbos, you know, that's great if you got the funds, but if you don't, over time that takes a toll on you financially and with your motivation. And hopefully the little things that I do to this truck, you guys will see a big difference quickly. And I'll take your comments as well. So if you've got comments on what you think I should do with this truck, let me know. So blank slate at this point, but I hope you enjoy the series, and I'll upload some more videos soon as I get some parts in. Thanks guys, talk to you soon.